Welcome to Introduction to Data Communication Networks. In this lecture, we will be discussing what is basically communication network, evolution of communication network, expectation from a communication network experts. What is communication network? So it provides service to transfer information between multiple nodes. Who can be the nodes? Nodes can be anything. Let us say we can have a alumni members of the networks. Then we can say that the network is the alumni network, right? This is a alumni network. Next, we can assume those nodes are telephones. If it is telephone, then we can say that it is a telephone network. So this is what is a telephone network, in which we have telephones. They are connected through switching stations and finally main switching stations. So this completely is showing a telephone network. If the nodes are computers, we can call it as a computer network. So let us see, this is what is a total communication network in which all these are connected as the computers. So it's becoming a computer network. Network architecture evolutions. So in last 150 years, the communication network evolved from telegraph, then telephone networks, then internet and optical wireless networks, and now is the next generation internet. When it started in the 1850, the bit rate was few bits, less than 100 bits per second. But now it has in the terabits range. The bit rate has increased up to terabits per second. That is how the network architecture evolved in the last 150 years. So let us see what is telegraph. Morse first demonstrated telegraph in 1837. And for that they use a code called as named by his name, Morse code, which converts text messages into sequence of dots and dashes. So he used a specific pattern of dot and dash. This format of dot and dash is given in the table. Here, if you look into this, A is given by a dot and a dash. B is given by a dash, 3 dots, whereas E is given by a single dot. Okay, E is given by single dot, whereas 0 is given by 5 dash. So here the way this is dots and dash are assigned is you can think about it. The letter which is mostly utilized, that is assigned a smallest code, Morse code. The letters are the symbols which are least used, that is given the largest code. Though in 1837 Morse demonstrated, but it came to use first time in 1851. First submarine cable was established between London and Paris, and then eventually network of telegraph stations were established. To send a message, manual operators will be there who was deciding on first direction the call will be routed, or telegraph signals will be routed. So let us say this is the source, this is the destination. When source will give the destination direction as this, the person who here will be making the connection so that this will move from this to this to this and finally reach here. So that is the path is made. Network architecture evolution, as we are discussing, initially telegraph network came, in which was based on massive switching and digital transmission. Why digital transmission? We are transmitting dash dot. This is what is 2 states we are transmitting. That is why it is called as digital transmission. Then the telephone networks came, in which it was circuit switching, in which first analog transmission was there. Further, the analog transmission is converted to digital transmission because of certain advantage. So then digital transmissions, later on the wired line in telephone network is replaced by wireless communication, mobile communication came. Then internet started, in which packet switching is used. We will discuss what is massive switching, packet switching, circuit switching in details throughout the course. This packet switching is used for computer applications. Then the next generation internet, if you see, it is a multi-service packet switching network. Multi-service means different services can be possible. The service can be text message transmission, it can be image, it can be video, it can be audio. All are possible using the multi-service packet switching network. Being a technical person, what will be your responsibility? how to use the concept in real life to provide a optimum solution. If you understand the concept of communication network, you can able to understand the challenges and may possibly give some solutions. What are the challenges? We need to increase the speed of transmissions. So as I told, in 1850 the speed was in terms of bits per second. As time progressed, many scientists worked on this and the speed now in the terabits range. Okay, so if you can increase further, that will be great. The more the speed of transmission, the better it will be. Optimizing the cost. If you go 10 years back, the cost for 1 minute call was around 5 rupees, but now it is unlimited. Because of that, the telephone penetration is so much. Each and every person is having a phone. In 20 years back, there was hardly any phones in our house. Now, if the price will be reducing, the utilization of this phone will be more, making the system more user friendly and reliable. If you are using the phone, it should be more user friendly, reliable, so that the system will be better utilized. What will be the mechanism? If you can find out a mechanism to transmit more data in a smaller bandwidth, that will be good. At the time of transmission, there will be always loss in the medium. If you can find out mechanism to reduce the loss, that will be good. In the present scenario, you are using network for audio, video, text, phone calls. So if you look into these things, text messaging or email service is not real time. Even if it will be 2 minutes late, 5 minutes late, not a problem. But during Skype or during Zoom call, if your voice will be delayed by 5 minutes, will you use it? No, it cannot be used. So that is their requirement, is that very less delay in transmissions. That is called the real time. So whatever you are speaking, the other person is listening at the same time. If it is not possible, then the service will not be useful. So the network should be able to understand that this is a real time data and accordingly do it. Fewer retransmissions. It is always that whenever we are transmitting, possibilities that some errors can happen. So in such case, we need to retransmit, but the number of errors should be less, so that less number of retransmission will be done. Easy and quicker connectivity. Whenever I want to connect, it should be available. It should be quicker. And if I want to connect and the phone connection will take 10 minutes to connect, then also I shall not use it. So it should be easy and quicker connectivity is required. Enough redundancy to reduce downtime. So whenever in case there is a fault occurs with the network should have a backup system, so that automatically that will take care. In case it is getting down, within very less time, it should come to its original working condition. So these are the various expectations from the communication network. In any of the field, if you are contributing, that will be a great advantage to communication system or computer networks. So to work on any of the things, you have to understand the network properly. That is the reason why we will try to understand the basics of communication network in this course. So our objective is to make the network efficient. How to make the network efficient? So in this, to make the network efficient, we should know what is that we are going to transmit. So what are those data and how data passes from one device to another. So we will be discussing in the next class data representation, direction of data flow, followed by the network topologies. Thank you.